For those returning subscribers, welcome back to my channel, Survive and Thrive. And for any new viewers, please take the time to hit that like button and subscribe. I've got a lot of great content coming up, and we'll be covering everything from crypto to stocks to financial strategies on your path to financial freedom. I wanted to talk about what happened last week with the Ethereum London hard fork. As many of you are aware, on August 5th, there was an update. We'll take a look at this first article. Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin breaks down why the London hard fork is so important for the future of Ether. The implementation of Ethereum's London hard fork this past week represented an important step forward for the cryptocurrency, according to its founder. In an interview with Bloomberg, Buterin said the fork will help lower its carbon emissions by 99%. I know that I've covered this in previous videos, but this is one great aspect of this particular crypto project, as well as Algorand, ALGO, is that changing from this proof of work to proof of stake model is eliminating the need for miners and all of the rigging hardware that is required with computers and a high level of energy consumption. And it's making it a lot more appealing for investors who do have an interest in the environment. The London upgrade is proof that the Ethereum ecosystem is able to make significant changes. So the London hard fork upgrade that went into effect last week sets the cryptocurrency up well for an important upgrade in the future. The hard fork upgrade to Ethereum's blockchain included EIP 1599, a fee reduction feature that has been burning $8,900 worth of Ether every minute since it went into effect. Now in theory, this should be an upward catalyst because it's reducing the overall supply, which will create more demand. And as of the writing of this article, the ongoing reduction in the supply of Ether is likely aiding to its recent price gains, with the cryptocurrency up 18% since the fork went into effect. 1599 is definitely the most important part of London, Buterin told Bloomberg, adding that the upgrade is proof that the Ethereum ecosystem is able to make significant changes. That's in stark contrast to Bitcoin, which is so decentralized that changes to its blockchain network are incredibly difficult. And this is something that I've been thinking about and discussing with other crypto traders, is that I don't see the long-term use case for Bitcoin unless there is a way for these changes to be made and keep up with the updates that need to happen. The Ethereum blockchain still has big changes ahead, most notably its transition to a proof-of-stake system from proof of work. That change, which is expected to go into effect in the ETH 2.0 network overhaul, will reduce carbon emissions related to the mining of Ether by 99%. A proof-of-work system relies on a network of computers, like I briefly went over earlier. A proof-of-stake platform, which does not incentivize heavy energy consumption, lets users put up their own tokens as collateral to support the blockchain network. Buterin expects the merge to ETH 2.0 to take place in early 2022, but it could come as early as late 2021, according to the interview. The London hard fork definitely makes me more confident about the merge, Buterin told Bloomberg, adding that the transition to a proof-of-stake system would eventually change the economics of Ether, like capping the total amount of Ether supply, similar to Bitcoin's 21 million coin limit. There's a total circulating supply of 116,996,930 Ether coin, according to data from CoinMarketCap. This is getting me really excited to see that these changes are being made, and that there's more changes potentially being made this year, if not early next year. And I will continue my dollar cost averaging. I'm just waiting this one out and continuing to add to my overall holdings for Ethereum. I definitely think in the short term there's upward catalyst and momentum to bring the prices higher. And we'll see how things go, because there are still a lot of regulations happening with our current administration related to how crypto will be taxed. And so that could be an overall plateau or downward trend for cryptocurrency in general. This next article in Forbes, 300 billion crypto price boom, Bitcoin is suddenly soaring towards 50,000 as Ethereum, BNB Cardano, XRP, Dogecoin, and Uniswap surge. So yes, like I touched on earlier, definitely a short-term surge. We'll see if this continues to hold out for the long term. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency prices have soared this week, with Bitcoin nearing 50,000 per Bitcoin for the first time since mid-May. That is definitely very big news. It's been quite a while since we've been on a run like this. And so definitely for short-term traders, take advantage while this surge is hot. But like I said, for me personally, I'm a very long-term holder. So I'll just continue to dollar cost average in, as well as take advantage of my staking rewards through Coinbase. If anybody's looking to get started and they haven't, definitely check out Coinbase. It's one of the most user-friendly exchanges out there. I'll put a suggestion link here in this video for my coverage of that exchange. And then I'll also put a referral link for every $100 of Bitcoin. We both get $10 of Bitcoin free. So it's definitely a great way to support fellow crypto enthusiasts out there. And just another way for you to expand those types of investments that you're in that have some long-term potential to make you a lot of money. The crypto price rally led by top 10 tokens by value Ethereum, Dogecoin, and Uniswap, and adding 300 billion to the market over the last week, comes after Ethereum underwent a closely watched upgrade last week, helping Ethereum far outpace Bitcoin, which is raising expectations of the so-called flippening. And for those of you who maybe haven't heard this term, basically what it means is that there has been this talk that over time, Ethereum will eventually take over the top market cap position from Bitcoin. And so this would be the flippening if that does ever happen. I do think that there is a lot more potential for this to happen, unless Bitcoin does develop a way to come up with upgrades and keep up with these other top crypto projects as far as how energy consumption is dealt with. But at the moment, I don't see that happening. And so if it doesn't, then Bitcoin is going to get left behind. However, prices are rising even as fears mount. The US could be about to pass far-reaching Bitcoin and cryptocurrency tax reporting legislation as part of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act that opponents say threatens the technology's development in the country. So I'll be watching for that news very closely. I could see that that would put a damper on a crypto rally. And so if that does happen, like I said, I'll just continue to buy in. Just like with my strategies in stocks, I do try to keep a little bit of cash on the side. So if there are these buying the dip opportunities, then I'll definitely try and take advantage of that. Otherwise, like I said, just keep buying in what I'm buying in every week. This article in Cointelegraph. Here's what traders expect now that Ethereum price is over $3,000. This was just published a few days ago. ETH traders hint that the bull market could be back after Ethereum's price hits $3,000 for the first time in 79 days. So last week, that Ethereum London hard fork was completed without a hiccup, and investors have now reset their eyes on new highs above 3,100. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView shows that the price of Ether did in fact experience a sell-the-news sell-off shortly after London went live, but dip buyers quickly rushed in and pushed its price back above 2,800, its highest level since June 7th. This bullish momentum extended further after Bitcoin price surged above 44,000, and at the time of the writing, Ether trades at $3,050. I think at the moment, today, the price is just over 3,100, so quite the increase here in the last week to week and a half. And like I said, I do see that we still will surge here for a while, and then we'll see how this plays out for the rest of this year. As is noted here, Rect Capital said, Ether is now at one of its final major higher timeframe resistances. once Ether is able to break past this 2770 resistance, there will be little resistance ahead until the old all-time high of 4,400. So if that does remain true, and I do see that there is great potential that it could happen, then we're off to a great run for the time being. And I'm really hopeful that we'll break above the all-time high, but also not too worried if we don't. Just gives me more opportunity to continue to add to my position at a lower dollar cost average. Even with overhead resistance, traders expect ETH burns to lift prices. According to Spin Trade, the pseudonymous Twitter analysis, traders should keep an eye out for a possible move to 2,600, while a break and close above 3,000 could lead to a rally to 3,300. So that's kind of the stage that we're in at the moment. Like I said, I think we're at 3,100 currently. So getting to 3,300 would be very easy to do at this point. And lastly, I just wanted to take a look at the charts here over the last 3 months. As we talked about, back in May, we were above $4,000 per coin. Had a significant drop and sell-off as we got into later May, down to $2,000. Had a couple of peaks and valleys, further sell-off, dropping us down below 2,000. We were at 1,700 at one point in late June. And then, as you can see, kind of another peak, and then another valley and drop. We're still in the 1,700s as of July. And then now we're making a bit of a run, which is great to see. So I would definitely love to hear others' thoughts about where we think the crypto price is headed for Ethereum and where we might be at the end of this year. My personal opinion is I think that we will continue to surge and rally here for a few months. And as we get closer to the end of the year, I don't know if we'll hit that magic number that some have been calling out of 10,000 per coin. But I do see where we can maybe make a run up to maybe $5,000 to $7,000 per coin. Hard to say. But like I said, I'm in this for the long term, so don't have any thoughts about selling and just keep taking advantage of my staking reward around 5%. And that's much, much higher than any other place that I can put my investment in and have a high interest payback. Even my high interest, high yield account for bank savings is only at 0.5%. So, a much greater return on my money. Now, obviously, there's a lot more volatility that happens with the price action on coins as opposed to your stable US dollar. But given I've got 10 to 15% of my overall portfolio in crypto, I still have a big buffer and level of protection against what might happen with the price movement within crypto. That's all I had for covering for today. Like I mentioned, leave comments below about your thoughts as far as where we're headed with Ethereum price or other coins if you're interested in talking about those. If there's a particular stock or crypto project that you want me to cover, definitely also note that in the comments below. I wish everybody a great week. Happy trading out there, and don't just survive, thrive.